In the previous class, we have done profit and loss appropriation account. We have done one problem on profit and loss appropriation with journal entry. We have seen if the profit is less than the appropriation. What is appropriation? Appropriation is what is given to the partners. Okay? It is what is distributed to the partners. Then we saw the journal entries for rent and commission to partners. This is what we have done in the previous class. In this class, for today we are going to take only interest on capital. And it's different cases of interest on capital. First of all, what is interest on capital? Why is it given or is it taken? Interest on capital. When a partner gives capital to the firm, invests money in the firm. So the firm gives interest on capital to compensate for the capital. It gives interest on capital for using the money of the partner. So interest on capital is given by the firm to the partner and it is an expense for the firm. Interest on capital is an expense for the firm and it is an income for the partner. So second part is it is given on opening balance. Interest on capital is given on the opening balance. Suppose on 1st of April 2024, a partner has invested or has given capital of rupees 1 lakh and percent is 6% per annum is the interest on capital. So he will get interest on capital at the rate of 6%, that is 6,000 on opening capital. But what if the partner introduces additional capital in middle of the year? If suppose this partner has introduced 2 lakhs again in the month of October, 1st of October he has introduced 2 lakhs again. Then 1 lakh for the whole year interest will be given and 2 lakhs 6% interest at the for 6 months because you have used the money only for 6 months. On 1 lakh full 6% interest will be given to the partner, but 2 lakh was introduced only in the month of October. So here you will pay only for 6 months interest. Same way with withdrawal also. If the person withdraws 50,000, so only 50,000 for half month, 50,000 for the half month will be given because 50,000 is withdrawal. That we will see later on when we are doing the cases of interest on capital. First, let's do this illustration number 20. We are going to do illustration number 20. Many cases are there, 6 cases are there. So on the basis of these cases, we will do the journal entries. This is on page 134 of Grewal book. T.S. Grewal. I am using the 2025 book. Okay. So let's start with this. I will read out the question even though if you don't have the book, still those who are using 2024 or 26 book, the latest book, this question will be there definitely, but the illustration may be like different. The illustration number may be different, but still this will be displayed on the image will be there on the board. X and Y. X, I will write over here. X and Y are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:3. इनका प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो कितना है 2:3. ठीक है. इनका कैपिटल कितना है, देयर कैपिटल्स आर 2 lakhs and 1 lakh. This is their capital. Pass the journal entry, pass the necessary adjusting and transfer the journal entry or entries for distribution of profit or loss for the year ended 2025. Each one of the following cases are there. The first cases, I will write over here the case. Case 1 says, partnership deed does not provide interest on capital. अरे interest on capital provide ही नहीं करता है, deed में लिखा ही नहीं है. So interest on capital is not there in the deed. तो देना है या नहीं? Should we give or no? नहीं देना है. Interest on capital deed में mentioned ही नहीं है, तो देना ही नहीं है. And the profit for the year, okay, profit for the year is rupees 20,000. So what should we do with the profit? Profit is given, but it says that interest on capital should not be given because it is not there in the deed. तो करना क्या है? I will show you the ledger. This is your profit and loss account, right? You have got net profit of 20,000. Profit and loss appropriation account. Transfer this over here by profit and loss account 20,000. अगर IOC देते, if we would have given IOC, तो we would have written IOC over here, but है ही नहीं, देना ही नहीं है. Don't give. What should we do with this profit then? Distribute among the partners. This will be distributed among both the partners X and Y in which ratio? 2:3 ratio. Simple सी बात है. IOC नहीं देना है, then the profit you give it to the partners. What will be the journal entry? So this 20,000 is given in the ratio of 2:3. So calculation कैसे होगा? X को कितना मिलेगा? X will get, again I will come to the basics. 20,000 is the profit. So X will get 2 share out of 5. 2 upon 5. 5 ones are 5 fours are. So that is 8,000. Okay. And remaining, how much is there? Remaining, he will get 20,000 minus 8, 12,000 Y will get. Simple. Okay. Now let's see the journal entry for this. First journal entry, always transfer the profit to the profit and loss appropriation account. So the first journal entry will be profit and loss account debit. We have transferred 20,000 to profit and loss appropriation account 20,000. This is, we have transferred the net profit. Second journal entry, give off the profit. Second journal entry over here is profit and loss appropriation account debit 20,000. We credit partners capital account because their capital is increasing. Whenever the capital increases, we credit. It decreases, we debit. So here it is increasing. X is capital account. X is capital account. We have seen X will get 8,000 to Y's capital account. He will get 12,000. Perfect. Write down. Okay. Now the second one. Let's see the second case. Case 2. Case 2. Case 2 says profit provided for interest on capital is 6% per annum, but there is a loss of 15,000. Oh, there is a loss now. What to do? There is a loss. तो ये यहाँ से निकल जाएगा. This we will take out. This also we will take out. This also we will take out. Now there is a loss. Loss this side. So by loss of 15,000. This will come over here, opposite me. So to profit and loss account, how much? 15,000. It says that interest on capital is there in the deed. In this case now interest on capital is there in the deed. But kya fayda? What is the use of interest on capital when there is a loss of 15,000? You give interest on capital only if there is a profit. If there is a loss, you don't provide interest on capital. So this loss will be borne by both the partners. There is no interest on capital given to them. So this side again by X's capital by Y's capital. 15,000 again in the ratio of 2:3. Let's check. Let's do it again. So 15,000 is the loss. Share of X is 2/5. Always take how much is the share upon the total ratios. So into 2/5. 5 ones are 5 threes are. So X will get 6,000. And remaining 9,000 will be taken. Loss will be borne by Y. Now here the journal entry for the loss will be, first is when you're transferring the loss to profit and loss appropriation account. First is when you're transferring the loss to appropriation account. So profit and loss appropriation account debit 15,000 to profit and loss account. Remember to write the narration. I am not writing the narration, but you need to write the narration in your exams. It is compulsory. you have to write the narration. Not only exams, but whenever you're writing down, if suppose you're copying down, you have to write the narration. Keep it a habit. तो बाद में क्या होगा? Now you're not writing the narration. Later on when you're writing the test exams, then you find it very difficult. हाथ मूव नहीं होता है. You feel tired. इतना कैसे लिखना है? But that is why if you keep the habit of writing now only, by that time you will be used to it. And after this COVID, many of you have lost the ability, the interest of writing. In writing ka chhod do, many of you have lost the interest of reading also. So now you have to come to normal, you have to start reading, you have to start writing, okay? And accounts writing is nothing. When you are writing business studies and economics papers, this is nothing. So narration writing is only one sentence. Please do write that. This loss will be distributed among the partners. Now the partners' capital has gone down. They are going to bear the loss. So इनका loss क्या हो गया? इनका capital क्या हो गया? Has reduced. So जब capital reduce होता है, उसको हम लोग क्या करेंगे? Debit कर देंगे. So here excess capital account debit. We have seen how much X is going to bear 6,000. Y's capital account debit 9,000 to profit and loss appropriation account 15,000. Simple, very simple. Let's see the third one, case 3. Copy down this, I'll erase the board. Case 3, I will write it again. This case, X and Y are partners in the ratio of 2:3. Their capitals are 2 lakh and 1 lakh. 2 lakhs and 1 lakh. This is their capital. Now we are going to do case 3. Case 3 में क्या लिखा है? Partnership deal provides interest on capital, तो देना ही है. Interest on capital 6% per annum देना है. And how much is the profit? Profit for the year is 21,000. Well and good. There is profit of rupees 21,000. Okay, let's check. So when it says interest on capital, first thing is calculate the interest on capital and keep it. How much is interest on capital? X का कितना होगा? I will go to the basic calculation. X का capital है. His capital is 2 lakhs. Interest is 6 upon 100, which comes to 0 गया. 12,000 is the interest for X. Y, 1 lakh is the capital. Into 6 upon 100, half of this anyway, 6,000. So total interest on capital is 18,000. Total interest on capital is 18,000. Now see only the calculation part. Ledger we will do, journal we will do. First let's see the calculation part. Profit कितना है? 21,000. Out of that I gave IOC how much? 18,000. Balance is how much? 3,000. This 3,000 will be share of profit divided among X and Y in the ratio of 2:3. इसकी भी calculation कर ही लेते हैं. 3,000 into 2 upon 5 for X. 5 ones are, 5 6 are, it comes to 1,200. So his profit is 1,200. इसका balance आएगा 1,800. Okay, so this is how your working is. Now let's do the profit and loss appropriation account. Profit and loss appropriation account. How does this look now? This is debit, this is credit. Okay, got this? Now first is always transfer the profit. We have transferred the profit by profit and loss account. Profit is 21,000. Sequence wise, always first give interest on capital. So to interest on capital, X को मिला है 12,000 and Y's interest on capital is 6,000. Total is 18,000. Done. Remaining we give it as profit. To profit transferred to capital account, X will get 1,200 and Y will get 1,800. Total is 3,000. Close the account. 21,000. हो गया P&L appropriation account. Let's do the journal entry now. I will take this space for journal entry. Journal entry is also easy. We have already done the journal entry. Okay. The very first journal entry. With the help of ledger also I will show you already because we have prepared it. तो पहला वाला जर्नल एंट्री इज व्हेन यू हैव ट्रांसफर्ड दिस, ये पहला वाला होगा, ठीक है। सो द फर्स्ट जर्नल एंट्री इज प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट, कितना ट्रांसफर किया 21,000 टू प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अप्रोप्रिएशन अकाउंट 21,000, we have transferred 21,000 to the appropriation. Got it clear? Second journal entry will be interest on capital, giving interest on capital to the partners. If you remember, always interest on capital will have two journal entries, whether it is salary, commission, दो journal entry. Even interest on drawings, 2 journal entry. First journal entry is when you are allowing interest on capital. So here the journal entry will be interest on capital is expenses for the firm. Interest on capital account debit. How much is the interest on capital? 18,000. To excess capital, because their capital is going to increase for giving interest on capital. तो ये हो गया 6,000. Okay, for allowing and now transferring to P&L appropriation. This is your adjusting entry. This is the transferring entry. So this will be profit and loss appropriation account debit 18,000. Credit this to interest on capital account 18,000. Simple now. Now this was your second entry. Now the third entry. Third journal entry is when your the remaining balance of profit you are dividing among the partners. So this will be profit and loss appropriation account debit. कितना बचा अभी 3,000. तो excess capital account, their share of profit is increasing, so their capital will also increase by how much? 1,200. To wise capital account, this is 1,800. Copy down this. We will do the next one now. Okay, the next one. Going to erase this. This capital, I will keep it on the board. I will erase this first. Done. Case number 4. Case 4 says, partnership provides for interest on capital 6%. 6%, it is there 6%, but the difference over here, you may underline if you have the book. Charge on profit. What is charge on profit? But this is charge on profit. इसका ये मतलब है this will be shown in profit and loss, not in appropriation, because it is a charge on profit. It is an expense, so it will be shown in profit and loss account. Okay, and the profit for the year is 20,000. Profit for the year is 20,000. Profit for the year is 20,000. Let's do the journal entry now. Okay, this is the same thing that we have done. Interest will be this much, but this will be transferred to profit and loss account. Out of 20,000, 18,000 you have given as, let's check the calculation also. Profit is 20,000. This is again interest on capital, which is 18,000. Remaining 2,000 will be given to X and Y in the ratio of 2:3. 2,000 divided by 5. 2,000 divided by 5. So 2,000. 4 into 2. 800 and 1,200. Okay, so this will be your share of profit. Let's do the journal entry. First thing is profit and loss account. You have shown interest on capital interest on capital over here, which comes to 18,000. Remaining profit, net profit is 2,000, which is transferred to profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriation account. Okay, I will draw the profit and loss appropriation account. This is your profit and loss appropriation account. So over here, balance brought down by profit and loss account only 2,000 to profit transferred to capital account. X will get 800. X will get 800. And Y will get 1200. Total is 2000. Let's write the journal entry on this. Let's write the journal entry. So the first journal entry is, because it is a charge on profit. First is again interest on capital account debit 18,000 to excess capital account, same journal entry that we are doing, right? 12,000 to Y's capital account 6,000. This is for charging interest on capital. Now, which is transferred to profit and loss account. Now we will transfer this to profit and loss account debit to IOC. 18,000 and 18,000. Now this will be divided among the partners. So profit and loss appropriation account debit, profit and loss account debit 2,000 to profit and loss appropriation account 2,000. You have transferred this. Now this is transfer of profit. So profit and loss appropriation account debit 2,000 to excess capital account 800 to Y's capital account 1,200. So there are 4 journal entries under this. Copy down. Fifth one. If the partners need provide for interest on capital 6% on as charge on profit, and the profit for the year is only 2,000. Profit for the year is only 2,000. In this case, okay. It is a charge against profit. Profit for the year is only 2,000. But it is a charge on profit. Okay. Already interest on capital is 18,000. 2,000 is the profit. Right? So 2,000 is the profit and the expenses are 18,000. So remaining, so now you are facing a loss. There is a loss of 16,000. How is that? Your profit was only 2,000. Out of 2,000, expenses added 18,000. So 16,000 is your loss. So it will be here this side by profit and loss, by loss, net loss, by net loss. This is 16,000. This loss will be transferred over here. Now the loss is transferred this side. Debit and credit. To profit and loss account, 16,000 is the loss. By loss transferred to capital account, X and Y. 16,000 is the loss into 2 by 5. 5 ones are 5 threes are 15. 5 twos are 10, 0, 0. So the loss over here is 0, 0, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6. 6,400 for this for X, and the remaining 16,000 minus 6,400. You can just do like that, and 9,600. Let's do the journal entry on this. Copy down this. First journal entry is, I should have not erased it. Again, the same thing. First journal entry, interest on capital account debit. Okay, I should have not erased it. My mistake. Capital account, this is 12,000. To Y's capital account, this is 6,000. Now transfer this to P&L. P&L account debit to interest on capital account 18,000. Right? Third one is your the firm is bearing loss. So this loss is transferred over here. So this will be profit and loss appropriation account debit. There is a loss of 16,000 to profit and loss account 16,000. Because it is a loss, their partner's capital account will be debited. Excess capital account debit with 6,400. Y's capital account debit with 9,600 to profit and loss appropriation account 16,000. That's it. This is your case number 5. When there is a loss, right, you have to give interest on capital also, and there is a loss also. It is a charge. Charge means always keep a note of whether it is a charge or it is there in the deed. If it is only in the deed, you will give interest on capital provided there is a profit. But if there is a charge, but if it is a charge, then you have to compulsorily give it to the partners. And this entry will be made in the profit and loss account. Okay. Next one is, if the partnership deed provides interest on capital 6% as charge on profit and the profit for the year is 18,000. Okay, so we need not make much changes. 18,000 profit is 18,000, so there is no profit at all because profit is also only 18,000, that is equal to interest on capital. So there is no question of appropriation account over here because all the profit is given to interest on capital. So in this case, there will be only these two entries. No amount is transferred to the profit and loss appropriation account. So the whole of interest on capital is recorded on debit hand side of profit and loss account. Charge interest on, provide interest on capital and then transfer it to profit and loss account because it is a charge against profit. Okay. So these are the 5 cases of interest on capital. Next, now we are going to see if there is a profit. Okay. There is a profit less than interest on capital. Interest on capital is provided in the partnership deed. Partnership deed बोलता है interest on capital देना ही है. Okay, but हमारा profit ही कम है. Profit तो हुआ है, but it is less than the interest on capital. In this case, what do we have to do? Again, I have taken an illustration. Let's check. Done? Okay. Now this is illustration number 21. This is illustration number 21. Interest on capital is a very common question that you will get in MCQs. Okay, calculation of interest on capital. There are more to it. First, let's see what is the journal entry and different cases. Fine. I said illustration number 21. We are doing illustration 21. When the interest on capital is an appropriation and profit available is inadequate, which means it is there in the deed, but profit is less. In this case, what we will do? A and B are partners, A or B partners हैं, and the profit sharing ratio is 5:3. The fixed capital is 60,000 and 80,000. Their capitals are 50,000, 60,000 and 80,000. Their capitals are 60,000 and 80,000. They agreed to allow interest on capital 12%. So interest on capital is 12%. But the profit for the year is 12,600. Profit given is only 12,600. Now what do we do here? Okay. First thing is calculate how much is the interest on capital. For A, the interest on capital is 60,000 into 12 by 100, which comes to 7,200. Ye 0 gaya, ye 0 gaya, 0, 0, 6 12s are 72. For B, it is 80,000 into 12 by 100. Ye 0 gaya. So this comes to 9,600. 8 12s are 96. Profit C, if you see the total interest on capital is how much? 16,800. It is 16,800, which is more than the profit. Profit is only 12,600. Interest on capital देने को तो बोला है, but it comes to 16,800. I don't have that much money because profit मिला है only 12,600. In this case, we have to give it in the ratio of your interest on capital. You have to give it in the ratio of interest on capital. So what is the ratio? 12 6 are 12 8 are 12 6 are 72, 12 8 are 96. Reduce it further. 2 3s are 2 4s are 3:4. Okay, so we are going to give this profit in the ratio of 3:4. 12,600 into 3 upon total 7. 7 ones are 7 ones are 7. 5s are 7. 6 8s are 56. 0 0 0 0 3 4s are 3 8s are 24. 3 1s are 3 4 5. 5,400 for A. And for B, again 12,600. You can either minus it or just calculate. 4 by 7. So 7 ones are 7, 1,800. So 0 0 4s are 32, 8 4 ones are 4, 7,200. So this will be the share of profit. This will be taken as share of profit. Profit and loss appropriation account. How much is the profit? By profit and loss account, profit we have is less. 12,600. 12,600 only? Yes, 12,600. Now this will be transferred to the partner's account, right? So to interest on capital. A and B. A will get is 5,400. B will get is 7,200. Total is 12,600. You all want me to write the journal entry for this? Whereas the journal entry will again be the same. But here instead of capital, it is going to be current account because we have is fixed capital account. So I am going to write the journal entry. First journal entry will be interest on capital provided. First journal entry is interest on capital provided. So this will be interest on capital account debit. Total interest on capital is 12,600 to X A. Is this A? A's current account 5,400 to B's current account. इसके लिए क्योंकि अकाउंट कौन सा है? फिक्स्ड अकाउंट है. सेकेंड विल बी profit and loss appropriation account debit 12,600 to interest on capital account 12,600. There is no share of profit over here because the whole of amount we have given it as interest on capital. So these are the 5 cases that we have done there, and this is the example of illustration 21 where it says if the appropriation or if the interest on capital is more than the profit. Okay. Third one we are going to do. Take a look at this. This is the last part of this session to determine the opening capital. As I discussed with you when we started the class, I had told you all that interest on capital, one important part is interest on capital is on the opening capital. You provide interest on capital on the opening capital. Now sometimes it so happens that in the problem they give the closing capital and they ask you to determine the opening capital and the interest on capital. So in this case, I will take one small example. If suppose X is there, okay? On 1st of April 2024, X has invested 1 lakh rupees. This is the capital that he has invested, okay? Again in the month of October, 1st October 24, he again adds 1 lakh rupees. Got it? This is the additional capital. This is the additional capital. On 31st of March 25, he gets a net profit of 50,000. A net profit of 50,000. So on this date, that is on 31st March 25, the closing capital. This is the opening capital. This is the closing capital. How much will be the closing capital? 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 2 lakh, 50,000. 2 lakh, 50,000. Right? So sometimes in the problem they will be giving the closing capital. We need to come to opening capital. So what we do over here? Opening capital. To get to opening capital, closing capital minus additional capital minus net profit, whatever the profit share is there. What answer you get is opening capital. So closing capital is 2,50,000. You minus 1 lakh, which is the additional capital, minus 50,000, which is the net profit. Opening capital that you get is 1 lakh. In case it is drawings, in case there is drawings, then you add back the drawings. So the formula for finding closing capital, this is the opening capital. The formula for finding opening capital is, first you take closing capital. To this closing capital you add drawings. If there is any interest on drawings, you add back interest on drawings. Right? If there is loss, you add back loss. This is just loss. And what all you will be deducting? First is any additional capital. Additional capital will be deducted. Interest on capital, if provided, will be deducted. Right? And net profit will be deducted. So what you get is opening capital. This is the formula for that. It's just you go reverse. Okay. So based on this, we are going to do this illustration. This illustration number is 23. So this is illustration 23. Page number, it is 139. Okay. अभी ध्यान से सुनो क्या है. A and B, A और B है partners. Their capital and their capital at the end of the year. So this is the closing capital that is given to us. Closing capital is 7 lakh and 6 lakh. Closing capital is 7 lakhs and 6 lakhs. Okay. Determine the opening capital they have asked. Drawings of A and B for the year is 75 and 50. So drawings are 75,000 and 50,000. This is for you all I am writing. Those who don't have the book can just take down whatever the amount is there, whatever the details are there. B introduced capital of 1 lakh during the year. Now additional capital is introduced only by B, which is of rupees 1 lakh. Okay. Interest on capital credited to A and B. Interest on capital, this is added to A is how much? 15,000, and for B it is 10,000. This is the additional capital. This is the interest on capital. Interest on drawings. Now interest on drawings which is deducted from their capital. Interest on drawings is it is like taken from the partners. It is deducted from the partners for withdrawing the money from the business. Okay. This is 7,500 and this is 5,000. Share of profit to capital account is 1 lakh each. So share of profit they got, share of profit, each got 1 lakh. He got 1 lakh and he got 1 lakh. This is the details. Now we have to find the opening capital. वापस दोनों का रख लेते हैं ऐसे A and B. Okay. So first is closing capital. Closing capital of A is 7 lakhs, 6 lakhs. We are going to add back the drawings and the interest on drawings. So whatever we have deducted, we are going to add back drawings and interest on drawings. These two, whatever we have deducted, will be added back. So add drawings and interest on drawings. Drawings of A is 75,000 and B is and interest on drawings is 7,500. Over here, his drawings are 50,000 and this is 5,000. So total this will be how much now? 5, 10, 12, 7 lakh 82,500. This will be 6 lakh 55,000. Now what all we are going to deduct? Less will be additional capital of B, 1 lakh additional capital of B. Interest on capital 15,000 and 10,000, and share of profit which comes, this is 1 lakh and 1 lakh. So that is 7 lakh 82,500 minus 1 lakh 15,000, 6 lakh 55,000 minus 2 lakh 10,000. Okay, so this comes to 6 lakh 67. I have the amount directly, so I am writing, and this comes to 4 lakh 45,000. Okay, so this is how we have determined the opening capital. They had asked us to determine only the opening capital. We have determined the opening capital. In the next class, we are going to do more in detail about interest on capital and interest on drawings. Interest on drawings, there are different methods of calculating interest on drawings. So we are going to do interest on drawings. Okay. So in this class, we have already covered only interest on capital, but 6 cases were there, 5 cases of illustration 20 and 1 case, that is if the appropriation is more than the profit. That is, your interest on capital is more than the profit. This was illustration 21. This we have done is illustration 23, which shows the determination of opening capital. Many times question has come where you have to find out the interest on capital. So for that you need to find the opening capital. Okay, fine. Thank you.